Greetings, fellow humans. Katrina here. Quick disclaimer, I'm a professional. I'm not your professional. Nothing I'm about to say should be taken as medical, legal, or otherwise advice. This podcast is purely for education and amusement. That is it. Disclaimer over. So today I thought I'd talk about what I don't know about walking. As the weather warms up, more and more folks are getting out and walking, and so today I thought I'd highlight 4 different benefits of walking. So the first benefit is that we get endorphins. So research has shown that walking promotes the release of these brain chemicals called endorphins, and they end up stimulating the relaxation and improve our mood. So walking doesn't have to be at a fast pace to have stress relieving benefits. Even like a stroll at a comfortable pace really promotes relaxation. At least that's what the studies indicate. Secondly, walking lowers blood pressure. So exercise really in general lowers blood pressure by reducing blood vessel stiffness so blood can flow more easily. And the effects of exercise are most noticeable during and immediately after a workout. So the lower blood pressure can be most significant right after you get that workout in. So right after you walk. Thirdly, walking improves sleep. So researchers don't quite completely understand how physical activity improves sleep. However, we do know that moderate aerobic exercises increase the amount of slow wave sleep you get. So what is that? Slow wave sleep refers to a deep sleep where the brain and body have the chance to rejuvenate. Exercise can also help to stabilize your mood and decompress the mind, which is actually a cognitive process that's important for naturally transitioning into that sleep time. Lastly, walking really has the ability to ease joint pain. If you've ever heard that saying, motion is lotion, that's what this refers to. So several studies have found that walking reduces arthritis-related pain and that walking 5 to 6 miles a week can even prevent arthritis from forming in the first place. Walking protects the joints, especially the knees and hips, which are most susceptible to osteoarthritis. By lubricating them and strengthening the muscles, those little muscles around there that support them. So those are the 4 benefits of walking. Take what you like and leave the rest. Now it's time for the news. Not today's news, but century-old news. This comes from the Evening World, Saturday, May 6th of 1922. It was, like I said, a Saturday, and there was a quote at the very top of the paper saying, "If it happens in New York, it's in the Evening World." I thought that was pretty cool, but also not at all true. So then the big headline on the front page is Banker Davison dies under operation. It doesn't quite say what, or at least I couldn't find what page that story was on. So we'll move on to the next one, which says famous Oklahoma gunman too slow on draw killed in duel with police chief. So apparently it was a peace officer that shot him, and he was responding to a call to this guy that was drunk, and I guess he had a reputation for disorderly conduct. And apparently he wanted to, quote, go out with his boots on, end quote. So that happened. And lastly, there was another story that I didn't write down the exact headline, but it was basically 3 men lynched over murder. And basically, what happened is that these 3 men were first lynched, then mutilated, and then burned at the stake in Texas. Yeah, that happened in Texas. So it was apparently a mob of 500 men who were responding to an allegation, not even a guilty person. They were referring to an allegation that these men were guilty of the murder of a 17-year-old female. And the article described that horrific murder too. But somehow, this is where it really gets confusing. The men were just released into the custody of the mob from the sheriff's office. That seems sketchy. And here's the real kicker. Those men might have actually been innocent because there were 2 other men being held in connection with the killing. I guess they just blamed it on the guys who were horribly mutilated and lynched and burned at the stake, rather than gathering evidence and finding out who the true guilty party is. So it is really sad that they didn't seem to get the concept of innocent until proven guilty. That's unfortunate. Well, that is the news, folks. And if you enjoyed today's episode and you want to support the show, just click the button on the website. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you simply for existing.